They like me.
You gave them food.
So what's wrong with that?
Deosai Plains is amazing. It's one of the most beautiful, dynamic, interesting places I've ever been to, but it's not on the main route for a lot of tourists. This is why we've been taking a longer route through Astore Valley, so that we could spend a full day in Deosai National Park on our way to Baltistan. We spent the night after visiting Rama Lake at a guest house nearby, and after a quick breakfast, we continued our trip along the Astore River, heading southeast towards Deosai Plains. Since this area is so close to the border with India, there are several checkpoints you need to go through, and I was advised not to film. That being said, we had no issues whatsoever, and soon after getting into Deosai National Park, we stopped at this little cafe to enjoy the scenery and have some tea. Our host here actually gave us some hot goat milk to try from the local mountain goats. It was surprisingly good. Now for some background on what Deosai National Park actually is. According to Wikipedia, Deosai National Park is a high-altitude alpine plain, or plateau, located between Skardu District and Astore District in Gilgit Baltistan. It is situated at an average elevation of 4,114 meters, or 13,497 feet above sea level, and is considered as the second highest plateau in the world. Let that sink in. The average elevation is 13,000 feet. I didn't even know an area so high up and so flat existed. It's absolutely bonkers. The first major site was Sheosar Lake, one of the highest lakes in Pakistan and in the top 50 in the world. The framing of the lake with the mountain peaks all around it just kept us lingering there for quite a while. She forgot her glasses in the car, and so she went back while I'm waiting to go to the lake. Deosai National Park was established to protect the Himalayan brown bear, and they've had some success in restoring a small population in the park. It's also home to many plants and animals that aren't just native to Deosai, but to the broader Himalayan and Tibetan region. Besides the sounds of the occasional passing jeep and the rushing wind, it's really quiet out on the plains. You can't help but notice how small you are framed by the plains and the Karakoram, Himalayan, and Pamir peaks all around you. The next stop was Bada Paani, which means Blackwater. It's a really pleasant place to just sit, have lunch, enjoy the streams, and do some people watching too. After spending some time at Bada Paani, we continued driving through the plains. The name means shadow of the giant in the Shina language, a prominent language in the Gilgit Baltistan region. The Balti have a name for Deosai, which means summer's place, since you can actually travel through this area in the summer months when it's warmer and the snow recedes a little bit. Our last major stop in the park was Bada Paani, which means big water. It's the biggest water crossing in Deosai National Park, and it's a place that a lot of people spend the night if they're camping in the park. We, however, did not choose to spend a night, unfortunately, so we just passed on through. Himalayan brown bears generally go to higher elevations during the summer months when the snow recedes, so we didn't get a chance to see any. We did, however, see and hear marmots. We saw a Himalayan wolf, we think, and an absolute unit of a yak. The northern exit of the park towards Skardu features what our driver Mohammed Saab considered the most dangerous road of our whole trip. As usual, this inspired a ton of confidence. Between Deosai National Park and Skardu, we also stopped briefly at Satpara Lake, a giant lake formed by the Satpara Dam. For the first night, we were actually heading to a place northeast of Skardu called Shigar. As the sun was setting, we caught some beautiful views of Shigar River and the valley, and generally got a glimpse to what the scenery would look like in this part of Gilgit Baltistan. Thanks to all of you who've made it this far in the video. I've added some links to the research I did in the description below. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. It means a lot. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Whee!